we're basically right under a stationary front. You're looking west-northwest right now, and this is the line. So in that direction is the warm front side. See how it looks? It's too cloudy. There's still some rain showers in that direction. And if you turn around and look straight the other way, there's a hangar in the way at the moment, but it's more blue that way. But we are right here on the line, and my path for today is to try to stay a little north of that boundary on the cold front side and head east.
Welcome to Soar America. The Soar America team includes Eric, our pilot, who is going to attempt to fly his glider from coast to coast in a series of connected flights and only be the second person to achieve this goal. Join us as we soar, camp, and drive across America. We're about to leave Sulphur Springs to chase Eric. He has picked out some airports on a route either ending in Arkansas, southern Arkansas, or in northern Louisiana. He's trying to avoid a stalled front and get ahead of some clouds. But he's not terribly optimistic about the day. So we will see what happens, and if we, go to a lot of airports, or we just go to the first one on the list. We'll see, or maybe we'll be back here. What we're going to do today is a little bit different. I've just put in a city that's halfway between here and the last airport, and it'll keep us on some highways so we don't have to do a lot of back roads and back and forth going to each airport. It'll just be a simple drop south to get to any of the ones on the list, and then we'll see where he is about halfway. We will check the app before we start rolling and see how high he is, and that'll kind of give us an idea of how things are going, and we'll take it from there.
Sulphur Springs traffic, glider Quebec Victor, departing runway 01, self-launch, Sulphur Springs. Well, after finding a thermal right off the end of the runway, taking it to about 2,000 above the ground, it's been tough. I've been in the air 50 minutes. I found what I'm circling in now under the tiniest of cumulus clouds. Wispy little thing. It looked like it was dying as I approached it, but hey, sometimes they'll regenerate. So in the absence of something better, I will go for a dying wispy cumulus cloud every time. I've just climbed for the first time to 3,000 feet above the ground. That's getting close to enough altitude to make the next airport. But now I have a decision to make. I see a few rare cumulus to the southeast and some to the northwest. But I'm trying to go northeast right now, so I have to decide, stick with my plan and go where there are no cumulus, or make a new plan and go where the cumulus are. So I'll be chewing on that decision here as I climb. hopefully I climb some more. And I'll get back to you after I've made a decision. Well, I keep seeing little wispy clouds form almost due north of me. And then I go visit that one, gain a few hundred feet. Another one forms due north of there. So I'm not making any eastward progress yet, but conditions were forecast to be a little better, a little farther north. So if I can eke that way and then run east, maybe that'll work. So that's my thought for the moment. I hope these little clouds keep leading me northward. But the altitudes I'm able to get are poor. It's definitely not guaranteed that I'll be able to get high enough to have the next airport in this direction made. I've been no higher than 3,100 feet above the ground, and that next airport is close to 30 miles from where I took off. So that's kind of a long jump for not being able to be higher than that. But we'll see. I'm gonna try. That's the way I want to go. Well, this could be the cloud, if you can even see it straight ahead, that gets me high enough to make it to the first airport from Sulphur Springs. I've been in the air an hour and 21 minutes, still haven't been able to get away from Sulphur Springs. The climbs have gotten a little better. I took the last one to 4,100 feet, which is 36 above the ground. Ooh, I see a little one here. I'm gonna visit it on the way. And in conditions like this, you look for any little wispy bit of cloud. And often that's where the thermal is. So if I get another 500, if I get back up to 4,100 feet here, I should be able to make the next airport, the first one from Sulphur Springs. We'll see. Well, that last little wispy cloud did little or nothing for me, and after pressing on into the total blue as far as I could, I had to turn around. Didn't quite have enough altitude to make the next airport and was about to get out of reach of Sulphur Springs. So I made the hard decision, turned around, doubled back, flew back a mile or two before I hit what I'm climbing in now, but I'm back down to 3,100 feet. That's 2,600 above the ground. Not much. I need about another 1,000 feet. So I need this thermal to go as high as any I've had yet to be able to make it to the next airport. Probably even need it to be a little higher. Probably need even a little more altitude than that, because as I circle, I'm drifting away from the next airport. So this thermal, as good as it is at the moment in the total blue, it's probably not going to get me there, but it'll at least give me another chance to point the glider in the direction I want, which is east. I hate having to fly it back west. Ugh. Talk to you in a little bit. It is 3:45. Well, I'm not having much luck. I was just headed back to the west again for, I don't know, I've lost count, 5th time maybe. And it appears to me this line, which I believe is a stationary front, is moving off to the south, southwest, and to the north and east. It's just more and more consistent blue. And the cumulus, the very few cumulus, seem to be along a line retreating to the southwest with the front. So that doesn't leave me many options. I could chase it and at best maybe run due south. But I don't know that I want to go too far south right now. Then I'd end up trying to cross southern Louisiana. So I'm not sure what I'll do. We'll see. This is a good climb at the moment at about 3,500 feet, which is 3,000 above the ground, but these in the blue like this tend to have not gone much higher than this. So, and I need about 500 more feet to make it to the first airport to the east, which at this point I would probably take. Since the line of goodness is retreating in the wrong way, I might just take my single airport leap, go there and sink out there and land. But I guess that's better than landing back where I took off. So I'll talk to you in a little bit. Maybe the situation will improve. Well, that last thermal did give me just barely enough to comfortably make it to the first airport, Franklin County. So I'm headed there now. I'm 9 miles out, have it made with about 1,400 feet. It is blue, blue, blue everywhere ahead of me. And I haven't been finding much good in the blue, so I have no good reason to expect that to change. So there's a very good chance I'll just glide in here and land, and it'll be an early day. It's about 10 after 4. If that's what happens, maybe tomorrow will be better. Well, what do you know? About a minute after I talked to you last, while trying to stay on what felt like a weak lift line, flying straight upwind toward my airport, I blundered into this thermal, and it took me to 4,000 feet, so within 100 or 200 feet of the highest I've been today. So maybe if I get farther out into this different air mass, this drier, cooler air mass, maybe even though it's blue, there will be some decent thermals. Don't know. But I easily have Franklin County made now, and with another 1,000 to 1,500 feet, I'd have the next one made, which is 23 miles from here. About 15, 16 miles beyond, farther than Franklin County. Hey, every little bit counts. Let's see what I can do. Well, flying up what I believe is a weak lift line has been working. I'm even just flying straight. I'm finding more lift than sink, but I'm finding an occasional thermal that's worth circling in, and I've been able to stay above 3,500 feet for like 10 minutes consistently for maybe the first time in the whole 2.5-hour flight. And I'm not sure exactly the orientation of the line, and they can snake a little, so what I'm doing is I'm zigzagging between 40 degrees ground track and 70. So when I think and I tend to be crossing it, so the answer is probably somewhere between those two. I'm going 40 right now because I think I just fell off the right side. I think maybe I've just found it again, and so I'll hold about 40 degrees until I feel like I've gone off the other side based on what the Vario's telling me. I'm going to circle in that one, but that's what I do. I just bracket it. So fly 40 degrees till I fall off the left side, then fly 70 degrees till I fall off the right, and I'm zigzagging my way, a shallow zigzag back and forth across the line. I've never had good luck at just trying to pick a heading and fly that heading, because then when I lose the line, I'm not sure whether I fell off the right side or the left. So the little zigzag method helps me be more sure of where the line is, to my right or to my left. This is working pretty well, and I almost have enough altitude to make the next airport, largely thanks to this line in the clear blue. So I'll talk to you in a few minutes. Maybe I'll be on glide for the second airport. Slow progress today, but I'm happy to make any progress. This is the highest I've been today. I barely have the next airport made, so I'm headed there. I mean, barely with enough altitude for comfort. I have it made with about 1,400 feet. It's 18 miles away, and I'm almost directly over the top of my first airport, so I don't have to cut it loose for a long time. Look how crisp that haze line is on the horizon. Generally that means there is little or nothing climbing above that. It's probably what we call a temperature inversion, and it has a way of stopping thermals, even the best ones. So I just climbed to 4,400 feet, don't remember whether I just said that, which is about 3,900 above the ground. It's unusual that I fly cross country when I can't get higher than this. But I'm just hopping from airport to airport, always being within glide of one, so as long as airports are close enough for that, it's safe to fly cross country, even in the blue and even with low altitudes and weak thermals. I think my average climb rate in thermals so far is 1.2 knots. It's 120 feet per minute. Man, this is work, but it's the most fun work I know. I'll talk to you in a little bit. Well, this thermal was a nice find. I was down to about 3,000 feet, looking like I would just squeak in from about 9 miles out into this airport, barely at pattern height. Now it looks like I'll get there at more than 2,000 feet above the ground. It's quite a way though to my next possible landing place. I need about 2,000 feet more altitude to make it there, and I'm certainly not going to get it in this thermal. I'm near the top of it, so I probably need 3 or 4 more thermals to get there. So the question is, can I find that altitude before this airport I'm headed to now is too far behind me? It is 2 minutes till 5 o'clock. Well, it's 5:30. I'm a little less than 2,000 feet above the ground. I haven't found much in the last half hour. It's good, pretty good long way to the next airfield, and it's grass. They've had a good bit of rain around here, so I'm not sure I want to gamble on that. And then a pretty good way after that to the next good paved airport. So here's the Mount Pleasant Regional Airport in Texas, and it looks likely that's where I'll land. But I'm not giving up yet, but that's likely. Mount Pleasant traffic, glider, Quebec Victor, entering left, downwind for 35 Mount Pleasant.